Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, which could potentially be the final episode of the original game. Now, we are in Hell, because in the last episode we killed Genericus and we were dragged to Hell together with him. So we're now here, and we can't get out, at least for now. The only place that we can get out is this portal here. This portal has 5 points on the sides. And that means, and I'm going to show you that quickly, all of these sides here, and this would be the first one. The second one is down here. The third one is in the middle just south. The fourth one is over here. And the fifth one is to this side. We'll have a test for us. A test that shows if we are a good person or an evil person. Because you need to remember, and I'm going to say that just a little bit here, that once we finish one test off, we get a tier. A tier that will either make us a good person or a bad person. In the event of us being bad, we lose our reputation, or rather our alignment. Possibly, at least. For a paladin, for example, this could be outright destroying his character levels, because you couldn't level as a paladin anymore because you were lawful good. So we shall choose things that will leave us be on the good side. So we shall see what's gonna happen here. First one is this one here. In this one we shall be receiving visit by one character that we already killed before, which will be Seravok.
How fitting that our reunion should be in this place of retribution. It is I, or an echo perhaps.
Indeed.
My essence joined that of our dead father after you murdered me after all. But in the end, all the children of Baldur end up here.
Might I say I didn't murder you out of cold blood, because I only killed you because you were trying to kill me. Other than that, I suppose that yes, it's true. I'm not dead. Irenicus is dead, and somehow followed him here. Kind of, yes. Hold sway. What are you speaking of? Yes. Irenicus, do you know where he is? The Tears of Baal. I see.
The tears of Baal you will need. I will not hand it over to you, however. You do not deserve it.
Deserve it? What do you mean by that?
You are a pathetic worm, sniveling little cretin. I relished spitting Gorion on my blade. And were there true justice, our positions would be reversed now.
You dare to speak of Gorion?
Yes, stoke that infernal wrath of yours. I can feel the anger within you, boiling like a pit of sulfur in the crevices of your heart. Feel it, do you not? The taint that surrounds your soul like a serpent.
It is.
Spreading its
But I tried to use it for
that
good.
taint, that wrath exists in all the children of Baal. But few know how to use it. You have become the slayer. have
I
you
did
not?
before.
The avatar of our dead father. The blackest expression of murder. I see it behind your eyes. Summon your wrath for me, if you can.
No, I will not give in to the
You were
taint.
the one who brought me here. Your power over this place has summoned forth my essence once again. And why do you think you have done? I can teach you how to use
No, I don't want to learn that. I already have become the Slayer.
direct it, summon it at will. You can become the slayer at will and become the weapon of murder that you were meant to be. So
No.
think of me. Think of how I destroyed your precious Gorion. How I plundered the lives of your Candlekeep. Summon your rage. Stir the depths of your black
No.
wrath.
No, I won't do it. I don't need the taint, I won't use it.
You were never worthy of Baal's blood.
And now, of course, he attacks me.
Where you stand.
But, of course, we are able to attack him. No problem whatsoever. He is powerful nonetheless. He can hit me with -9 armor class quite readily and quite easily, as you can see. However, he's slowed now, so that will make things a little bit easier for us. Also, 20,000 XP, and we gained an item, which is this one. One tier of ball.
I stand amongst the righteous.
Healing myself up, we shall proceed to the next test, which would be right below this one. And I'm the only one that got attacked at this point, so that was good. So I only have to heal one person.
Tell me all about it.
Now we are going to go down here next. I have to wait for all the party to arrive. 1 of 4, 1 of 5 completed. This leaves us with 4 to be dealt with. Now, in this scenario,
one of the tears does lie near this very place. It is in the possession of another, one with so much power, so difficult to defeat. It is, but all things, even the most powerful, can be overcome. Yes, you have defeated many whose claims of power were so hollow. You
that is true.
down from their throne.
What does that have to do with a tier?
Always you have used the right tools to defeat your foe.
Yes, basically lowering magic resistance and just spamming magic missiles, but you are correct.
To defeat this one. Here it is. Gaze upon the soul that is named Black Racer. Most powerful it is, and it is the tool you need to defeat the one who holds the teeth.
The Black Razor is a sword, and it's actually not too bad, because it level drains the enemy, which is the most powerful variant of anything you can get at this point. However, that of course would be the evil route.
To decide, child of all.
So, we're not going to use it. We're just going to go towards the end of this, and we are going to talk to the Ginny here.
This small plane has come to me.
Indeed.
Perhaps my eternal torment shall be relieved at long last.
Are you the one that guards the tier of ball? What conditions are those? So let me get this straight. The sword Black Razor is the key to getting the tier of ball from you. So, if I were to give you a Black Razor, would you give me the tier, and that would release you from your punishment? Take the sword then. I have no need of it.
I am most grateful to you then for my release.
And boom! We have gained another tier.
At your order.
You have shown me.
Now, let's head up again. And go to test number 3. Which will be the shortest one at this point at all. Because it will be a very simple one indeed. There is one test that you will need the Shield of Baldur on for, or you would like to have it. Let's put it like that. Because it is most useful then. But other than that, you won't need any special magical items. Well, of course you will need items to defeat Sarawak, but other than that, you should be fine at this point.
Just ask.
And there is a no one. A new one.
This place before us.
Yes.
Yet there are 2 paths that lead to it. 2 doors, 2 paths. Yet both lead to your goal. Yes. You have made many
I guess so.
choices on the journey that was your life. Many paths have you taken, and always they have had an effect on those around you, even when that was not your intention.
True.
Such is the fate of those born with destiny. The consequences of the actions they take ripple about them throughout all that is real. Perhaps the fate of others concerns you little. Perhaps it consumes your soul. That too is a choice, an action taken, a ripple set into the pond of reality.
What does all this have to do with the tear,
The
then?
path that you take to the tear will affect another this day. Another who is innocent of the action you take, and yet affected by it just the same. One of those who travels with you, who orbits your destiny, and yet is innocent of your taint, will do. Remember, child of Baal, a choice must be made, and you must live with the consequences
Alright.
of that choice.
And it is... who is it? It is Jan who is teleported down there.
Whatever you want.
So we can't save him. Unless we go through either to the left or to the right-hand door. And since we want to save him and not kill him, we'll go through left. However, this will impose penalties to you, which will be the following. 2 max hit point per your maximum hit point per level, which didn't really do a lot. The next one will be a little bit worse than that. You've lost 1 point in dexterity, which will bring us to 17, so we'll lose 1 armor class. And the last one will be losing experience points, which is not really a bad one at that.
Of destiny and its effect upon others. Your companion is returned to you, the tear of Baal.
Thank you.
Child.
And we shall be taking the tear as well as the item on the table. Now, if we were to go to the right-hand portion, we would have killed Jan in the process, or whatever person he teleports to this location. And yeah, we would have been 5 people down here instead of 6, which is of course a very bad thing to happen.
Of course.
Now to test number 4. This one will be the one where we need the Baldur's shield for, because this is a special solution by another demon, of course, again.
You must gather your party before
Because this time around we shall be talking to
A tear of Baal lies
the
very
Fear
close to
Demon.
you, child of Baal. Just beyond either of these 2 rooms before you, you have encountered many times
Indeed.
in your existence where you have been forced to swallow your fear, no? You have fought off terror that would overwhelm a lesser being and shown courage instead.
True.
Pass through either of these rooms, and your vaunted courage shall be challenged, child. I have something I will offer, however, which will make it so much easier for your child. You know, like so many with power, that items of magic can do much that the
True.
ordinary man cannot. Such as this cloak, for instance. Stitched together from the flayed skins of lovely nymphs. Wear
It would
and
be
by its
very,
magic.
very bad
Will
choice
never
to
overcome
wear
you again.
a cloak of the skin of nymphs, by the way.
This cloak, you could easily gather the tear of Baal and worry not of your courage. I bow to the power of your divine soul, child, and offer this cloak up to you, if you wish it.
A cloak stitched from the skins of nymphs? I can feel its evil from here. I wish nothing to do with it, despite
Then
its
you
power.
choose to rely on your own power and bravery.
And that
It
means
shall be as you wish.
we're going to take this shield up on ourselves. Gonna equip Crumb Fair to make sure we have it there. And then we shall be casting Protection from Fear. And then we shall be using our feet to kill everything that is around here. Because here are some enemies that needs to be dealt with. I'm gonna attack the Elder Orb next, because I'm not sure if he's going to cast anything like imprisonment or stuff like that. Is that maze or imprisonment? I guess we'll see if we die. It is imprisonment. Probably should have gone before that to him and attacked him right away. Happens. Oh well. We shall try once more. This time let's focus on the Elder Orb already. Elder Orb, Elder Orb. Oh, it's actually 3 Elder Orbs, oops.
I am pleased at the progress.
Right, I think we need to attack them with everyone, I suppose. Maybe. If he's able to cast Imprisonment, we are probably going to die here. Uh-oh. Being mind controlled is not a good thing at this point, but we don't have a choice right now. We need to kill them. Come on, Kelton! There we go. Where's Draconia? Why is she not doing anything? Do something! We need to kill these things here. There we go.
I stand ready.
Right.
How can I?
We're gonna gather ourselves right again, and I'm gonna cast this one right once more, so we don't get feared. And then we're gonna have a look at this chest over here, that obviously contains something that we want to have. And also, of course, is trapped at this point. And these potions wander into our backpack. And then I believe we need to go here and loot the Tear of Ball. You've faced your fear without resorting to protection and power of evil. The Tear of Ball is yours. Now, let's head on to the last test in Hell.
If that's what you want.
Which will be a one that we can resort to by using diplomatic manners at this point, as we did before various times. Let's rest, and by the way, we need to exchange these items again, so don't forget that. And then we shall be going down.
I'm waiting.
So the
The
child
Pride
of Ball
Demon.
comes to me finally for the last of the Tears of Ball.
Indeed.
You have come very near to locating your quarry. Yes, indeed you have.
What are you talking about? All I've done here has been subject to a series of strange tests. Kind of... what do you mean? And what then? The door will be open and the Renegades will be here? Why are you speaking so cryptically? What does this mean?
It is a good thing you've come to me, Child of Ball. Only you hold the power to vanquish the terrible creature that holds one of your dead father's tears here. I have heard of your prowess, child. Most impressive for a mortal life. Creatures of great power thrown aside as if they were nothing.
True.
Beings
Like
any
4
other mortal
dragons,
would
for
fight
example.
before, you have fought against valiantly. You
True.
are a wonder of destruction, Child of Ball. Go then and defeat the creature that lies in the cavern. Crush it beneath your heel and claim another victory!
What manner of creature do you speak of?
A powerful creature, Child of Ball. One that only you can destroy. I am confident in your ability to deal death to such a creature as this, and take the tear. That is
It's
yours.
powerful, but what manner of creature is it?
A creature that deserves death, Child of Ball. You are such a wondrous fighter. I simply thought that you could defeat it where others failed.
Why does it deserve death?
Because it exists. It's just in your way.
A good reason. I do not kill things just because they're in my way.
Not. Then perhaps you consider carefully the place that your terrible power will focus upon? Consider the reason behind every blow? I see that despite your great deeds, you have no pride in you, Child of Ball. So be it. Humility serves well those who wield it well.
And now we can just walk on into this room and see the dragon. and talk to him. And there we go! And that was my email account, I'm sorry. Checking that right there. So before we insert the tiers, we're gonna make sure everyone is ready, and also that we are buffed up completely. Although I'm not even sure if we are not cleansed before we fight. We'll see, I suppose. So we're gonna move Nalia over here. No, not Nalia. Animan first. And we're going to cast Protection from Evil. You're gonna raid right there, Kelvin. Now, I want to save my haste for the moments I really need it, so I have three hastes actually. So one is going to be cast now, from Aerie though, because I want to make sure that Nalia has hers on cooldown once we need to fight this. Also, Protection from Fear would be nice to have, and this should do nicely. Right. So, let's go to the tiers, and have the final save right here, which is autosave. 5 eyes surround this hellish door as part of the very stone itself. The eyes follow you as you move, and the palpable aura of evil emanates from them. They guard this door, and if you wish to pass through, you must find some way by bypassing the guard. The first tier gives us... you've become immune to +1 weapons or less. So normal weapons and +1 do not hurt me anymore. The second tier, you've been granted +10 magic resistance. The third tier, you've been granted +2 to all of your saving throws, which is not too bad at all. Then you have been granted 20% resistance to fire, cold and electricity. And the final tier, you've been granted +1 to your wisdom and charisma. Which doesn't help us at all, but you know what? I don't really care at this point. So we have now a resistance to poison to 100%, magic 30, electricity, cold and fire, but 20%, and everything else is fine at this point. I don't believe anyone's close to leveling up, so we should be okay. 100k, 100k, yeah, we should be alright. So, let's see what happens now. Since the door is opened, this will happen now. First we got thrown away, and then we get ported back by John Irenicus. Zoop, 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 and we're back here.
So we are to battle one last
Indeed.
time. No more hiding for either of us.
I'm ready to face you. I've seen the depths of my soul, and I'm not afraid. There is only one possible end. You will fall here, Irenicus. That I promise.
We came all the way to hell to stop you, Irenicus, and we will!
You cannot stop the righteous arrayed against you, wizard. We shall live once again in the light, and you will not stop us.
Justice is on our side this day, and in Tyr's name we shall be victorious once and for all.
I came to hell to help my friend. Who helps you, Irenicus? Demons? You are going to die alone in hell, and you know it.
Some villains just refuse to die. Kill them once, kill them twice. It's like some bad play. Well, here's hoping for a decent ending.
Thank you. Well, Aerie shouldn't have said something, because now the demons are helping Irenicus, as it seems. And he's transforming himself into the Slayer as well. He's already injured? What? Why is he already injured? Oh well. We are going to pull back to what location? And probably best would be here. So we don't want to fight him head on right now. We want to make sure that we fight them one by one, especially the demons, because they're not that bad. Not that powerful either, but we want to take them out one by one here. Alright. Now the demons are dead. Animan is already dead, which is not very good. Gonna heal him up, and I think we're gonna heal Draconia up as well. And then we shall be going back into the fight. Alright. Enemies are about. We can't save this fight anymore. So, Irenicus is here, by the way. Now what we shall be doing is we shall be using Calvin's parrying Calvin's warding whip. Sorry for that German in there. We shall be using that on him right away. Oh, that was unfortunate. Because he transformed himself into, well, there we go. Now Leah, would you do us a favor? And was that? No, it's fire shield. Alright. We are going to use... what are we going to use here? We can't use warding whip anymore, but we can be using Ares spell here. What does it? No, Animan, I think that's actually it has it. Yes, holy word. Oh wait, isn't that the one we wanted to use? No, that's not the one we wanted to use. Never mind. Just use this on him. And also, let's use time stop. Good. And now we can be using this to reduce his magic resistance by quite a bit. And haste is gone, I believe. On stun, I don't believe that is going to work, my friend. Oh, now this is going to bad though, because we need to dispel this right away. And now we're going to use our whirlwind things from him and from him. As you can see, he's already near death. Keldor might not even use his whirlwind anymore. Well, that didn't help him at all. And now Irenicus shall be defeated. Shall not be going away from this with any teleport spell at all. He shall be going down this time. And my soul shall be restored. Finally. Too bad he doesn't drop any loot though. And there we go. My soul has been restored. Yes, we did.
I almost did not believe it when the priestesses told me that your body was showing signs of life once again.
How long was I dead? A couple of days. That's good that no crows were nearby, otherwise we would have been pecked off. Thank you. Very much thank you. And this is the ceremony we all waited for.
The return of the exile to Soldaneselar know me, your queen. But only some of you know the hero beside me, who was most instrumental in saving our city and the Tree of Life.
Yes, that would be me, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you.
And perhaps much more than that. These deeds were not performed alone.
No.
Suldan SLR also extends its gratitude to those who have traveled with you and fought by your side to help save our city.
Well, I wouldn't be here without them.
There is no reward adequate enough for one who has done so much. Let us offer them the eternal thanks of our people and an amulet of the Seldarine to remind you forever that you are welcome here amongst us. As for the man whom we once knew as John Aleth, I can only say that he died long ago. He lives in my memory still. To the man he became, the exile Irenicus, he who performed atrocities on you, the tree, and his former people, to him I can only send my prayer that he finds the peace in death he never found. I feel I must apologize on his behalf for what he put you and your friends through. For his madness, we stripped John Aleth of his elven immortality and exiled him, only to create Irenicus instead. I cannot help but feel we are partly responsible. It is something I shall have to ponder on.
Perhaps.
As for you, I imagine you are eager to resume your travels once again. We wish you well. No, we look forward to your return in the future, should you desire to.
Thank you. But now it is time for final cutscene. Enjoy.
To end like this?
Gorion's sword has become too powerful. We should have acted long before now.
There is no reason to be concerned. The fate of this fool has been sealed.
But can we be so sure?
This spawn of Baal is doomed. There is no escape.
And this, my friends, was Baldur's Gate 2, an epic game, proportions that basically there are not a lot of RPGs out there that deliver this kind of standard, this kind of customization, weapons, enemies, bosses, storyline, actually everything in this game. There are unfortunately no credits to roll, since the add-on is directly integrated in the main game, so it was already starting the add-on, which I might do at some later stages. So, not directly now, after that, because there's some other things I want to take care of first, but I hope that you saw a game that is so well-rounded and so good to play that you think, well, this one is actually something I'd like to pick up. And I wouldn't mind you doing that, because Baldur's Gate 2 is still, and together with the add-on Throne of Baal as well, is still one of the best RPGs, in my honest opinion, on the market out there. It is by far one of the games that I've spent the most hours with, and by far the game with the best cohesive and interesting story that I've ever thought possible in any kind of game that I've played over the years. And I've been playing PC games since I was 9, so that's a pretty long time. It's almost 18 years by now. So Baldur's Gate 2, if you haven't played an RPG in that kind of fashion, definitely look out for it, because it's one of the best things that has ever been created. In my personal opinion, that is. The spell design, the story, the graphics, the little things that they put into this game were just fantastic back then. And it still holds up nowadays. Even though they're making up an enhanced version right now here in 2012, which should come out somewhere in the summer, which I probably will have a look at least. They're talking about adding DLCs. I'm not so sure if I agree with that, but we'll see what they are going to figure out. I think there are a lot of things on the line here, especially because this game has a huge fan base. And I mean, the game is pretty fantastic, so I wonder what they will add and what they will remove, but we'll see. For now, let's focus a few closing thoughts on Baldur's Gate 2. I hope you enjoyed the game, because I certainly did, and it's one of the games that I played the most, that I just enjoy playing every now and again, especially when I know that I have the items that I have the knowledge to use my spells well enough. The first few times playing this game through to the end was like a little bit iffy, because you always think like, well, what spell should I use? What tactic am I going to employ to kill this enemy or that enemy? Or what points did I choose weapon-wise and stuff like that? It's not that easy to choose from, and I think that comes from the Dungeon Dragon system itself. Because at that point, I think even how stats were handling, how resistances were handled, how saving throws were handled, how armor class was handled, was a very hard thing to perceive as a new player. And I think that most people that don't play this game and say, well, it's something I would like to play, but the Dungeon Dragon system is not just for me. So I can understand that absolutely. I've spent like 1.5 years with a pen and paper group back then in the days when we were a little bit younger to play Dungeon Dragon in the 2nd edition, and we spent like 1.5 years to really know the rules, from basic stuff to like really advanced things. And that's something you need to get used to if you want to play these games. And I personally think that in 3rd edition they did it a little bit better in the way of portraying how things will affect your character. Especially how more is better is probably a more logical way of seeing things. Like in 3rd edition you gain additional saving throws by just having put up with more points. Like, okay, I've spent 1 more point in wisdom, that increases my multiplier by +1, so again 1 point more into saving throws of that category. That's absolutely logical. You can definitely see the point in that. But lowering your saving throws and lowering your armor class, which is better in 2nd edition, it's very hard to logically understand that. And I think that sometimes in that way that 2nd edition had its pros, definitely, but 3rd edition was a little bit more to, I would think, more to the masses, a little bit catered towards that direction. So I suppose that's probably a good idea that they did that. I haven't watched 4th edition things at all, so I can't comment on that, but 2nd to 3rd edition was probably the way where I started playing a lot of RPG, so I noticed that switch from 2nd to 3rd edition quite a bit. So, that's my little rant on the editions, I think. That should be put here, I think, definitely, because it's just something that there are a lot of people arguing about what's better, what the best edition is, and I personally feel that, well, I'm a little old school. I probably think that 2nd edition like was a little, you felt a little bit more unique in the way of how your characters build, but I can see why people prefer 3rd edition. I definitely can see that. So, this was Baldur's Gate, my friends, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were enjoying it from the beginning to the end. I hope I could give you some insight onto spells and attacking and stats and stuff like that. Because this game is awesome. It deserves to be known, and it deserves to be played even now, at this very age, and this very year. So, I will see you all in the next LP, and I hope you stay true to roleplay gaming. So, Dark Arrhenius signing off. Have fun, and as I always say, I will see you all next time.